My name is Dinake, formerly new head coach of NWU Vaal, and I'm I'm a cricket coach, and I used to be a cricket player back then. I played for VUT. I started playing at Kagiso, to be precise, and I got a bursary at General Smuts. Thereafter, I played for sorry. I played for VUT. Thereafter, I started seeing myself being in a rural teams. Thereafter, I made SA rural teams. Find myself playing at Free State, and yeah, thereafter things started booming. Went to overseas. I played in England, and coming back from England, that's when I started seeing a passion of coaching rather than playing more, because obviously the years were starting to catch up with me. And from there, I focused more on my coaching. That's when I obtained my level 2 CSA accreditation, and yeah, I started working on my coaching, even though I was playing here and there. And yeah, it was just a roller coaster of being a player and a coach at the same time. And coming back, I used to do some work for Cricket South Africa as I was a liaison officer. I saw myself working with international teams like your women's under 19 girls. See myself working with Canada, see myself working with Namibia as a liaison officer. That's when I started again developing more passion with coaching, and seeing and observing from the side from the international coaches, and saw myself like this is exactly where I need to be. But again, from there, I started working and wanted to see myself into a CSA pipeline as a coach, but I needed to start somewhere. So that's when I was an administrator for Northern Cape Cricket as a school coordinator for Northern Cape. And from there, yeah, no, administration wasn't for me, and I just wanted to see myself outside there on the field with the players. And yeah, I mean, being on the field is better than being on the chair. And yeah, I just came back from Northern Cape, coming back home. That's when again COVID hit us, and found myself having an academy working with kids. It's like God testing me that can you handle where you want to be, and do you somehow you need to start somewhere. God was just testing me, and there's so many kids that I got them from nowhere, and they better players today, and I'm proud of that as a coach. But working with bigger boys, it always been my passion. Seeing myself in international setup, it's always been where I want to be. Local schools, teachers, and all of that, the parents, they like the idea of what I'm doing, and I found myself again working for Northwest University, and I think this is a great platform for me, because from the players that I worked with coming from the school setup, I think they would probably want to follow where I am. And it's not a promise, but it's what I wish for those players to start following me to where I am. And I just want good things for the varsity and as a school as a whole. And I just want more and more for our cricket.
So what's your planning?
It's quite difficult to say, even though as a coach I know what I want as a coach, and I know what I'm expecting from the players. But I'll have to work with what I have and probably start changing the players' mentality. And I think having the right attitude of the players, that's a great step to what I want to achieve as a coach. And not necessarily a plan, but as a coach, I can only do 30% of what they don't know, and 70% coming from the players. And preparation comes from me, and execution coming from the players. Only thing that I'll bring is my experience and where I've been. As I said, I made so much experience coming from the international coaches. So the little that I bring to them probably is going to change their way of thinking going forward. But there's a lot of planning that I've put in mind. Come next year, come off season, and so there's a lot of things that I do have in mind that I think it will be a contribution to the institution. And for now, we just have to go with what we have and just try to drill in the plan, not the plan to say, to the attitude
and the philosophy.
And the philosophy, correct. Philosophy and probably way of thinking going forward. And from there, some of the things they will just take care of itself.
Would you say you're a strict coach? Do you demand, what are the things that you are really strict on that's non-negotiable when it comes to cricket and players?
I'm not a strict coach. There's two ways to be a strict coach. Strict coach is someone that wants things to go his way, and I'm not that person. It's just that I play hard and I'm expecting results. Even if it's a bad results, I'm happy with it, because at the end of the day, bad results, there's a positive in it. So I wouldn't say I'm a strict coach. I let the player to be themselves. I can't be expecting a 5% player to be a 10% player. So I just work with what I have, and I make sure the player understand where they are as the players. So even though you find players that are talented and they're not working hard, so I'll want to push them to their best limit. And the more you put more hard work, the better.